The Tragedy of Cinema podcast is intended as a family-friendly program that by extension strives to be inclusive to all people regardless of their ethnicity, gender, creed, or any other identifying factors in this incredibly diverse world of ours. With that said, some of the films we discuss may contain serious subject matters or have content considered morally objectionable by today's standards. We do not intend to condone or dismiss these aspects of these films, but our primary focus will be on what we believe the film succeeds at, some fun facts, and our personal enjoyment factors of each film. With that said, we hope you enjoy the show.
All right, guys, welcome to Real Talk number, I think it's six
and a half, maybe?
Six and a half, whatever it takes. Yeah. So if you see this on your feed, I'm probably going to put it as like 6.5. Just
more like
just
real
to cover
professional
ourselves.
talk, am I right?
Yeah. So this is where we just cut loose and we have fun and we talk about current events / movies we watch, TV shows we watch, usually deaths of actors, actresses, stuff like that. So let's just get started right off the bat. So, Kyle, I think for the number one topic we need to talk about is the movie Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
What an outstanding movie. It is definitely a sequel that is worth watching.
Yeah, in terms of like the recent kind of onslaught of legacy sequels we've got, Top Gun Maverick kind of stands far above the rest,
far.
Really. I can't think, actually, off the top of my head, I can't think of a better one. I think this is kind of like the best case scenario for a sequel, which is completely unexpected in my mind. I did not think Top Gun Maverick would be nearly this good.
Oh, no.
The idea that, like Tom Cruise is like, oh, yeah, I'm going to reprise my role from more than 30 years ago and, like, be a jet plane pilot again. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's absurd, ridiculous even.
But if you watch the movie, it is perfectly...
It's perfectly fine.
Right.
Perfectly fine. I'm totally on board, even knowing how ridiculous it is in the context and everything like that. Still, an incredible film.
And I think they tied it in nicely to the first one very well. With Goose's son,
Rooster.
Yeah. And the flying scenes and the way they brought in Val Kilmer. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. The way they brought in Val Kilmer into this movie, because we all know the situation with him and how he's
had
lost
throat
his
cancer
voice and all that, right?
Yeah.
But I thought it was really, really well done. So kudos. If you haven't seen it, it is definitely worth a watch, and I will be buying it when it comes out.
Oh, certainly. Me too. First in line there for sure.
Something else that's going on right now is the new Kenobi. Actually, the last episode just dropped this morning. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so... but the first 5 are really good. And then last week when you actually saw Anakin and Obi-Wan doing the duel back from...
the prequel sparring match.
Man.
Incredible stuff.
It's good stuff. Some people may not like it, but anytime that you... I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi with Ewan McGregor, he just looks fantastic. And Hayden Christensen reprising his role as Darth Vader, it's just... something you wish they would have continued back in the day, because they are just the chemistry they have together. And watching these episodes, it shows you how strong Darth Vader has become with the Sith, using the dark side. When he pulls down an entire spacecraft with his hand, with his force, it's amazing. And he's very brutal in this.
Yeah, and I would say, like, even being generous, I think Disney's acquisition with Star Wars, the films that come out in the TV series, it's been a mixed bag, even being generous. The thing that hasn't been a mixed bag, though, is Darth Vader. Making him almost like a Jason Voorhees slasher villain in the Star Wars universe is a brilliant idea that just demonstrates how much he is to be feared and powerful, and how evil he really is in this time of Anakin's life is breathtaking. Honestly, it's incredible to watch. It's incredibly entertaining to watch, and seeing Darth Vader in these scenes and in Rogue One when that came out,
right? Because incredible. Going back and watching the original movies, you always wondered, why is everybody afraid of this guy? Because he didn't really show a lot of, I mean, I'm sure he cut off his own son's hand, but I mean, you never saw the sheer brutality that you see in this, like where he's coming to find Kenobi to get his revenge, and he's just snapping kids' necks, or people's necks. You know what I mean? It's just very brutal.
Yeah, and granted, like there was history stuff like, okay, if you want to go read the comic books or the books or something like that too, there's a lot of stuff in there about Darth Vader did even before Disney acquisition. They're like, oh my god, Darth Vader is as terrifying as ever. But this is the first time we get to see that on the screen itself. Just how much like, oh yeah, the galaxy is an incredibly dark place because Darth Vader exists. You know, as just a pure he's almost like a force of nature when he walks into the room, because you know everything's gonna go badly.
And his hatred for Obi-Wan Kenobi and what he did to him, it really fuels this miniseries. And I believe they've already greenlight season 2, which they said is going to focus on a different story from Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I really hope it has him still being hunted down by bounty hunters and stuff like that. I think it'd be really cool. So we'll see where it goes. But I think Ewan McGregor is perfectly cast as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he does a really good job. So
he's perfect. You know, I it's kind of when they first announced the show, I didn't think this would be the story they would tell of like how does Princess Leia know who Obi-Wan is before the first film trilogy starts, and that being the story of the season is a great idea. My first idea, and something I think would be really cool if they get to it someday, would be like Obi-Wan finding out that Darth Maul is still around and having his own taste of getting his own revenge to a degree, or tracking him down and bringing Darth Maul to justice.
Well, they did that in the Clone Wars, that fight scene that they did. But I think bringing it to especially after you saw him alive in Han Solo at the end of that movie, I think it would be really cool, especially if Ewan McGregor can still do it. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's like, I understand they did in Clone Wars, and that was a good story there too, and also animated series. There's a lot of cool stuff they did there for sure. But I would also love to see like a very similar story, even if it's gonna break canon again. That kind of thing of like, let's have Ewan McGregor and Darth Maul actually fight it out again in Disney's fashion of like, they do excellent lightsaber duels and those kind of like dramatic stories. So those things are usually pretty excellent in my mind from Disney's production. So I would love to see that in a new narrative. So I definitely kind of want to see that. If they surprise me again, I'm also happy with that too, because I was very surprised with this season, and it's very pleasantly surprised. You know,
and you're not caught up yet, so you still missing a few episodes.
I haven't watched last week's episode, and of course the newest episode I haven't watched today. But I did catch a brief synopsis of that episode where it's like, okay, everything about the third sister, and I don't want to spoil it. Who hasn't watched it himself, but like the prequel little sparring match and those kind of things too.
I loved everything about it, man.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny too. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was honestly kind of disappointed. I'll admit to it, because I was like, I feel like I watched those first 2 episodes, and it was like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to explain this. Like, it's okay. And then for like the last season 2 cliffhanger episode 2 cliffhanger, is like, Darth Vader's coming back. Like, oh really, Darth Vader? Huh? The one character you do this season for? Right. It's like you didn't know, and that's how they played in episode 2. Like, they didn't know Darth Vader would come up, and then it's like a huge reveal. It's like, no, we all knew coming in Darth Vader was going to be in the show. So I was like,
I wish if there was a way that we could have kept that secret with Hayden Christensen coming back. I think that would have just been like,
if they didn't announce that immediately,
can you imagine?
Then it would have been amazing.
Can you imagine? Your face would have hit the floor.
And
like
the show is set up like that. It's almost like, I remember the first prequel movie they did where Darth Maul has the dual-ended lightsaber, and like, if they didn't show that in the trailers, it would have been amazing to watch the movie. It's even framed in the movie like you wouldn't expect that to happen. Then all of a sudden the second lightsaber comes out.
Well, it's like the last time I remember something like that is in Attack of the Clones at the end, when you see Yoda fight for the first time, because it doesn't show it in the previews, but you see him just hobbling in, you know what I mean, with this stick, and you're like, okay, here's Count Dooku. Yoda's about to get messed up, you know, and he's like, hello, my apprentice. You know, and he gets his lightsaber out, and then he just goes, and he starts running around, jumping off walls and everything, and the lightsaber. It's one of my favorite lightsaber scenes of all time, because I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things like absolutely like trailers and early promotion kind of ruined a little bit of my initial like reaction to the show. It's paying off now, and I'm losing my voice a second here. Let me cough. There we go. I sound like me again. But yeah, I'm happy it's going good right now. But I'm definitely like, playing Darth Vader like it was going to be like, oh, we're going to show Darth Vader. Like, of course you're going to show Darth Vader. Right. You've been talking for the past 3 years about how you have Hayden Christensen signed on.
Right. So, Kyle, is there any other movies or TV shows that you have watched recently that you would like to discuss?
You haven't seen it yet either, so I'm gonna keep it kind of short. But I watched Bob's Burger and absolutely the Bob's Burger movie, and absolutely adored it. It's fantastic. It was a musical, which surprised me. I didn't expect that, but I was when I first watched the Simpsons movie when it came out in theaters, I thought it was like okay. I didn't like everyone being like mean to it. And then after watching the Bob's Burgers movie, I'm now very mean on Simpsons movie because it's like Bob's Burger did it right. They absolutely they made this show that fit right in. Like this could be a big episode of the show, but it's a movie. It has movie stakes and it feels really, really cool. And I just absolutely adore it because it's completely in the right tone, headspace, and it has musical instruments that are actually really sound good. And I really appreciate that film overall. So. I don't even know if it's still in theaters at this point because it was just kind of sent out to die with the same week of Top Gun Maverick coming out. It's like, no one's going to see this movie. No one. It got sent out to die entirely. But when it comes out on Blu-ray or streaming services, I would encourage everyone to watch it multiple times because it is hilarious. I love Bob's Burgers. It's one of the most wholesome shows on TV today, I think. Love it to death. Yeah, so that's about the only thing I really saw. I'm trying to keep up with I'm going to start watching Star Trek Stranger Worlds here pretty soon and get caught up with that season. I started catching up with Star Trek Discovery because I hadn't started watching that show at all. And I'm almost caught up there entirely now. So then I'm going to get on Stranger New Worlds.
Do you like Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah. At first, I hated that show. I'll admit,
a lot of us did.
I watched the first 2 episodes and this sounds awful. Criminal Starfleet captain, and then the captain's really mean, and everyone seems really rude to her. It's this just doesn't feel like Star Trek to me at all. But then I stuck with it for the later half of that first season. Then it kind of got better on more of a Star Trek vibe to me. And then as the seasons went on, oh okay, this show is solid and takes a lot of bold risks with Star Trek that I did not expect. And I'm kind of I don't know how it stands in the ranking of Star Trek shows, but it's certainly a good show in its own right, and I appreciate it. I'm going to keep watching it. Season 5 is coming out later this year. I'm going to watch that too. So yeah.
Anything else?
Nothing else for me, Jimbo. You got anything else you've been watching?
Yeah, I watched Choose or Die. It's a Netflix original movie. It's about an old floppy disk video game. That basically when there was going to be $150,000 prize if you could beat the game, but the game is actually tied to real life situations where you have to choose something or you die. So basically, it's hey, do you want to escape the bathroom or go through the living room when there's this giant rat chasing you? But the rat is actually chasing your mom while you're on the computer, and it kills the mom, or she jumps out the window, or something like that. So, without giving too much away, the only way the guy was able to get rid of it is if he made copies of it at the beginning. So now there's multiple copies of this out there, and it follows a girl who actually makes it to the end of the game. And I'm not going to say anything else about it. So if you like a good I wouldn't even say good. If you just want something different, it's an alright movie.
It sounds kind of like
Robert Englund's in it for his voices for a little bit. So
kind of sounds in the same realm of Black Mirror or Twilight Zone of the high concept kind of silly thing of what we'd actually do. But maybe not written that well either.
It kind of reminds me of those. It's along the line of Truth or Dare movie, or one of those gimmicky movies like that. So
I can't remember what I think it was. Was it just called Gamers Must Die or something like that? It was a movie with some idea you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yeah.
Similar kind of low.
I did start watching the musical Cyrano with Peter Dinklage.
Oh wow! I forgot about it.
It is fantastic from what I've seen. Most of us know him from either Game of Thrones, Pixels. I think he was in one of the Marvel movies as the Watcher. Just such a good. And for those of you who don't know, I had to read Cyrano in my high school days. It was a play about a guy that has a long nose. And he thinks he's ugly, but he can write poems and love stuff. And he basically gets this friend of his that's real good looking, and the girl falls in love with him because he writes so well. And in the end, she finds out that it was really him the whole time. So that's kind of along the movie. I haven't finished it, but I'm about halfway through, and I'm enjoying it. It has a good soundtrack. So I recommend Cyrano for anybody that hasn't seen it.
I'm so happy you reminded me of that movie, but I'm so frustrated that I forgot it over the past month because the past month has been so busy for me.
Right.
So I got to get back right on that and watch that myself too, because that has got to be pure magic. I'm sure. I'm so excited to see that now. Okay, thanks for reminding me about that, Jimbo.
Yeah. I've also been watching a lot. See, I've been starting a new workout regimen, so I basically go on the treadmill for at least an hour. And when I do, my companions are the Goldbergs. It's a TV show basically set in the 80s, and it has a lot of throwback stuff to when I was a kid. So, I mean, I just watched an episode where he had his little action figures and toys, and he liked this girl, and they told him to get rid of his toys, basically, to become a man, and seeing him that he has like the Transformers and the G.I. Joes and the Star Wars characters, and he actually had the entire aircraft carrier from G.I. Joe in his bedroom. It's like 9 foot long, incredible. You know what I mean? And she's like, "Oh, you got that?" He's like, "Oh no," And she's like, "It's so big." He's like, "Yeah,
it's nothing."
But yeah, I love that show so far. It's good stuff.
I feel like Goldberg is like it's kind of funny because it went further back in time, but I feel like that's like the successor in my mind to like Malcolm in the Middle in a lot of ways.
I liked Malcolm in the Middle too.
I love Malcolm in the Middle a lot too.
But that was more 90s.
Oh yeah, Malcolm in the Middle was 90s, but like the Goldberg came out later, and it was the 80s show, that kind of thing. So
something else that was breaking news: the original cast of Married with Children is coming back, and it is an anime. It is a cartoon with all their voices. So I'm kind of intrigued to see where that goes because. I wish if they were going to do it, instead of doing an anime, I wish they would have just done Married with Grandchildren and had Bud and Kelly have kids. And, can you imagine Al and Peggy trying to deal with grandkids? It would be hilarious. And I think it would be a really big hit. Personally,
yeah, I could see a lot of cool stuff happening out of there, and once again, like having that culture clash too, because that is definitely a show of the time.
Oh yes,
and bringing those characters forward would be very interesting to see, like how they deal with things nowadays.
I hope they wouldn't change a thing. I hope it would just stay as raunchy as ever. You know what I mean? Because there was some stuff that happened on that show that was hilarious. But I'm really interested to see where that goes. I hope they don't just ruin it just for the sake of getting the name out there and doing a stupid show.
If it's bad, it's just gonna be a one and done, and you'll forget about it. It'll just be buried down with other animated shows. Like I think it was earlier this year. They had a Saul Goodman animated TV show based off the Better Call Saul show. It is terrible. It is an offense. It is an assault on mankind.
See, I've never watched Better Call Saul
is an amazing show.
I haven't watched Breaking Bad either. So.
Better Call Saul, perhaps even better than the Breaking Bad show. That's how good I consider Better Call Saul. And Breaking Bad, of course, had a national, acclaim. People love that show. I think Better Call Saul is even better in a lot of respects. This little animated Saul Goodman show is just a generic cartoon where the main character happens to be named Saul Goodman. It is just the worst, most boring show, poorly animated, and I hate everything about it.
Well, Kyle, don't hold back. Just tell us exactly how you feel.
That's me being generous.
Wow.
As an affront to all animation, it's just like anyone should be doing something else besides that. You should all quit, get another job. And even as tough as the world is, you deserve better for yourself. Don't settle for that show.
Right. Yeah. I was trying to see if there was anything. I watched Batman Assault on Arkham, the anime, not too long ago too. I started watching Supergirl. If you've ever seen Supergirl that's got to be it 80s.
I rewatched all the Evil Dead movies with my roommate the past few weeks.
1984. Yeah.
So Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness, and we didn't do the reboot remake yet. We did watch the first episode of the Ash vs. Evil Dead show. That was fun too.
That whole series is pretty good.
I just wanted to show him the first episode, just give him the concept of so how did the Evil Dead come back? Oh boy, let me tell you, Ash just got drunk.
Speaking of that,
Bruce Campbell, his birthday's today, actually.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bruce. Have you ever seen Bubba Hotep?
Bubba? No, I've not even heard of that. What?
Okay. It is a Bruce Campbell movie where he thinks that he is Elvis Presley in a nursing home. And hang on, I got to look up the cast real quick. I want to make sure I get it right.
Yeah, one little side note too. It's been very funny. I'm watching Evil Dead movies with my roommate at night sometimes, and then I've also been my parents have been watching Burn Notice. So every once in a while, I come into the room and I just hear Bruce Campbell talking on Burn Notice, and I go watch Bruce Campbell at night. So I was like, I've been surrounded by Bruce Campbell for the last time, and I've even been reading the book Bruce Campbell, If Chins Could Kill, which is a very funny book about Bruce Campbell's life, his autobiography.
So Ossie Davis is in it with him.
Ossie Davis.
Now listen, here is the premise of it. I'm going to read you the synopsis of Bubba Hotep.
I'm ready.
Don't laugh. After falling into a lengthy coma following a freak accident involving hip gyration, a now-aged Elvis Presley, who is Bruce Campbell, wakes up in an East Texas nursing home where he befriends Jack, who is Ossie Davis, an African-American senior who claims to be President John F. Kennedy. After residents of their quiet retirement community start dying of dubious and unnatural causes, Elvis and Jack discover the perpetrator is Bubba Hotep, an Egyptian mummy with murderous intentions.
It's a great concept. So it's just down to earth. It's believable. It makes sense. This happens all the time. Elvis Presley and Black John F. Kennedy.
I've seen that, man. It's got to been, it's been a long time. I'm saying it's been out for a long time.
That's
probably 15 years, 20 years.
That's excellent.
Yeah, so
I have no complaints.
Do yourself a favor, watch
right
Bubba
there.
Hotep.
You tell me synopsis. I don't care how bad the movie is now. It's a 10 out of 10 in my heart.
Oh, wait, wait till you watch it. It's pretty funny.
And it's like, okay, this is even better now. I can't be disappointed at that. Bruce Campbell's always a delight on screen. He's never had a bad scene. I don't care what anyone says. Like, Bruce Campbell's just hilarious.
So that brings us to
the darker shade of life.
Yeah, one of the news stories that's broke recently is Ezra Miller, aka The Flash, is now pretty much no longer going to be part of any future
Harry Potter films. He's in the last Harry. Deathly Hallows Dumbledore. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him. The Crimes of Dumbledore, whatever it was.
I guess he's had a couple run-ins with the law in Hawaii for
more than a couple.
Drunk and disorderly conduct. And now he is actually on the run with a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And he is just taunting police on social media like, you'll never catch me or catch me if you can. And
yeah, it's one to say, I feel so bad. The victims obviously are suffering much worse than anyone else. But like, imagine being Warner Brothers and like who tried to cobble together a Detective Comics cinematic universe for so many years. Like Aquaman successful, Wonder Woman successful. Okay, we're gonna place all our bets on making a Flash time travel movie to kind of reboot the DCEU. And then Ezra Miller, the one person this whole thing kind of lynches upon, turns out to be like just a serial criminal doing horrific things around the country and bragging about them publicly. So is just like gotta be like another wrench in the gears of like, we are trying everything we can to hold this thing together, and then Ezra Miller just basically just tossed it all up and threw it together.
It's a sad situation. It really is. Mm-hmm. As a DC fan, it's just another black eye for the DC fans.
Yeah.
For what DC does so good with their anime movies, and even like Wonder Woman and Aquaman to a degree.
Yeah.
It's just
they can't. They can never catch a break.
All you can do is just shake your head. You know what I mean?
Shake their head.
I do believe that he's still going to be in the Flash movie that comes out in March of next year, but that's probably the last time you're going to see him in the Flash costume.
Even then, I wouldn't hold my breath on that. Too,
right? Because they may recast him and reshoot all of his scenes.
Because that movie is like even if they do keep him, that movie is still a year out, and like, man, who knows what else will happen to Ezra Miller in a year's time? Because it feels like every week there's something new about him doing something awful, and it's just it's like. He, like no one else, like not even celebrities can get away of this. He's gonna face real punishment. He will have real jail time coming at him, I'm sure.
Oh, probably, definitely.
This is absolutely like disgusting, inhumane, terrible stuff. Like too, you forget Hollywood and Detective Comics and fan bases. Like he's just a bad person at the end of the day.
I know Michael Keaton's supposed to reprise his role in that, but I did see, and HBO's coming out with a Batgirl series. Mm-hmm. Michael Keaton actually puts on the Batsuit again.
That's incredible.
I loved Michael Keaton as Batman, so I'm really excited for that, and for the older Bruce Wayne or whatever he portrays in the Flash movie that's coming out hopefully in March of next year, I do believe.
Yeah.
It's just
I think
right now you don't know what's going to happen right there, so
Yeah, you don't know what the future is for Detective Comic movies or like the DC movies going forward, and you hope that Ezra Miller gets brought to justice, obviously, because like you can't keep doing these terrible things to regular people. You can't, or any people for that matter, like throwing a chair at people, choking out a woman, and like you can keep getting arrested and tossed out, and now he's on the run from the police with a 12-year-old girl. Like that's just like all stuff. Like no one does this.
Right, and I do believe their mom said that he offered her marijuana, LSD, and alcohol while she was with him or whatever.
Yeah,
so I mean, all that stuff is just not good.
No story ends well when it starts
Never.
like that.
No. But then again, it's just the price of fame that some people go down and they never recover from. It's a sad situation.
It's a double-edged sword for all celebrities is that like you have all that money so you can afford to get yourself help, but you can also afford to indulge in any vice you ever had.
Right.
And a lot of actors and a lot of celebrities choose the vice.
Right.
That's a terrible thing too. And it's dark. It's dark. You almost want to be like gruesomely humorous about it to an extent, where it's like it's funny that like it just kept going bad for Warner Brothers and the DC movies, but it's also like a dark and very real thing that I don't want to joke about at all.
Right.
Because as they're doing this stuff is very, very bad and ongoing. It is a crime that is still ongoing. So hopefully those all get resolved.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have an update for you on our next Real Talk. Hopefully he turns himself in or he gets caught soon, and that the little girl is safe. That's all we can hope for.
Yeah, and so hopefully they kind of sort out their stuff with DC and like figure out movie stuff later on. And,
that should take a back burner right now to everything anyway. So.
Yeah, it's secondary too.
Another movie that's out that I haven't seen yet, Kyle, is Jurassic World Dominion.
I've not got a chance to see it either. I don't know how well it's doing. Actually, I think it's doing like fine, if not like not super well, but doing fine.
I talked to some guys at work, and they said that it is really good, and they say it's probably the best one of the new Jurassic Parks.
Not a high bar, to be honest.
I mean, I've always liked dinosaurs. I've always liked the Jurassic Park films. But the thing that's going to save this movie, I think, is all the old cast members coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm always on board for Laura Dern and Sam Neill, always. So that's always a win in my book. So I'm definitely going to be happy to see them just collecting that paycheck at the end of the day. Like, get that bag.
Right.
So either they just phoned it in, like, you know what, good on you guys. You deserve it. So I'll give them credit for that. Not really a big fan of, like, Chris Pratt over the years. Not like any of the fake cancel culture stuff about Chris Pratt. I just don't really care for him as an actor.
Right. So anything else, Kyle?
Yeah, since you mentioned like Michael Keaton reprising his role as Batman, I am excited to see that. I hope we get to see more of that in the future. I kind of hope that maybe one day, if he did anything, it'd be like him reprising his role as Bruce Wayne, and then being like a straight up like reboot of like Batman Beyond.
That's what I said. I think he would be perfect in that.
Yeah, but I think like you do Batman Beyond now, not even late. Like do like sci-fi technology now, but he's Batman Beyond. It's not like future animated series kind of thing. Like do it right now.
Oh yeah,
like,
do it live
Beyond
action one, right?
Almost like Iron Man levels of like sci-fi technology, but it's Batman in a suit, and it's what was the name of Batman Beyond's character? Do you remember? Top of your head? Nah, neither do I. That's okay.
Batman.
Batman, but young kid.
Yeah.
Batman, but he goes to high school.
With the terrible Joker.
Terrible Joker. Yes. Oh my God, the Joker Squad and all that kind of. Oh my God, there's so many bad villains in that show.
Oh yeah.
But also good villains too. Batman Beyond's a good show.
I'd like to go ahead and send a special thanks to the Evil Never Dies podcast who came on this week and helped us do the Friday the 13th movie since Kyle wasn't available. So we're going to go ahead and release this episode today as well. So you get a little dose of Kyle today.
Yeah. And I should be on a more consistent schedule going forward. So hopefully like recording should be going back to a consistent interval of like one a week. Hopefully we'll get that done. No promises just yet, but like everything should be fine.
We got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. No we stumbled across a movie that I had never seen before, neither Kyle. It's called Under the Rainbow with Chevy Chase and Carrie Fisher and 150 small people. Basically, the Munchkins from The Wizard of Oz have rented out a hotel while they're filming or something, and shenanigans ensue, it looks like. So I don't know how it is. I just got it, so we'll probably do a review on that.
You might do a review. I was even
or a real talk.
A real talk, something like that. We may even try to do a live show. Who knows?
A live show.
Either way, we got to tackle this film for better or for worse and see what happens. This could be a mistake. In fact, it probably is. But we're going to do it anyways.
Yeah, so I'm very intrigued. Anything with Princess Leia in it, it's got to be good.
Exactly. Always fan of Carrie Fisher.
Right, and Chevy Chase.
And Chevy Chase, yes.
Well, with that being said, I think this episode of Real Talk 6.5 is coming to
6.5 and a half and 3/4. 2 nuggets out of 10 tacos.
And that's a wrap.
And cut.